Jag vill fråga följande. Kan man ha en specialistkirurg som med säkerhet klarar olika procedurer? Då denne kan upprätthålla förtroendet hos förvaltningen, allmänheten och processivrarna.
That was amazing. No, really, it was marvellous. You do realise I don't actually understand Swedish.
No, well, thankfully the president of the academy does, but actually the main body of the presentation will be in English.
Well, I know how much it always means to you to go back home. So, will you have time to go to the opera?
Perhaps.
I love that building. Just took my breath away. And the opera, what was it called? The Flying...
Die Fliegende Holländer.
Yes, that's it. I compared it to Les Mis and you almost choked on your Bronvin.
Brenvin.
Of course. Anyway, you are going to be mesmerising whatever language.
Oh, would you hand this to my secretary on your way out, please, for her to proofread?
Sure. Why does it say that?
Sorry, what? What does it say?
Henrik Hanssen and Sahira Shah. Me? To Stockholm?
This weekend?
To the conference?
No, to an ABBA concert.
But that would mean presenting in front of the president of the academy. I wrote my dissertation on her specialism.
So do I take that to be a yes?
Thank you. It really does mean a lot.
No less than you deserve.
Mr. Hanssen, are you familiar with the Richardson case? It's a patent foramen ovale.
Extremely rare.
Exactly why I was hoping I might scrub in.
No, out of the question, I'm afraid. Now, I was Page, GS Consult. Thank you. Good morning. What do we have?
This is Amy.
Patient's complaining of shortness of breath.
One at a time, please.
She fell over, didn't you, Amy?
I was running for the bus and I tripped.
Miss Reynolds, isn't it?
Hello, Miss Hanson. This is my daughter, Amy. I'm often here. I'm an on-call counsellor.
Amy sustained a low-impact fracture, which I've said in the cast. Her BP is high, 120/90. Her temperature slightly raised, 37.5, as is her pulse, 80.
She has atrial fibrillation and a fluttering discomfort in the neck, so I'm going to order an ECG, echo and CT.
Are you serious?
Let's run some tests and see what we're dealing with.
You were saying your tummy hurts, weren't you?
No, don't mind if I take a look. Just hold that up there out of the way, please.
I should be at school.
It's okay, Amy. Health comes first.
It doesn't feel distended. Does it hurt when I press?
But I've got coursework to hand in.
GCSEs?
A-levels. I'm 18.
This is Amy's X-ray, and I thought you might be interested to see one from a 9-year-old patient. As you can see, there's very little difference.
Theories?
Could be anorexia. That would delay puberty. The lack of calcium would erode bone density.
Or diet pills might explain the irregular heart rhythm.
That's possible. Well, shall we see what she has to say?
Hello again.
Hi.
Do you mind if we ask you a few more questions?
It's okay, darling. Go ahead.
Okay.
So, are your periods regular?
I haven't had one yet, but it's not like a big deal, is it, Mum?
No, no. I didn't start mine until I was 17. My mother was the same.
I'm not a freak, am I?
No more than the rest of us.
And your dad's side of the family?
The worm.
Ames. Amy's father left when she was a toddler. I can't say I ever discussed his mother's monthlies.
Have you ever gone on a diet? Are you taking any medication, any pills?
Just vitamins.
We could do an ultrasound, I think. Ensure there's nothing amiss.
Right, sure. Can't do any harm, Ames.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I wasn't unduly concerned about her abdomen. Can you order the scan?
I'll get onto it if you like.
How many times, Oliver? You bones, me hearts. I gather you're addressing the Stockholm Multidiscipline Symposium this weekend.
Indeed.
You taking anyone?
Jungle drums are in full voice this morning.
Well, you should take me. I've worked across both GS and CT, and I have a glittering array of pre-dinner anecdotes in my arsenal.
Well, that's fighting talk indeed, but I'm afraid the slot has already been filled.
I see. Well, I'm the consultant here, not Miss Shah.
And yet there's one area in which she has a definite advantage, her ability to behave like a human being rather than a disgruntled barracuda. Come in. Ah, good. Now, do you go by the name of Shah on your passport or your married name?
I stayed Shah. Why?
It's for your plane ticket for the conference. What?
I can't go.
I see.
I'm so sorry, Henrik. It's personal reasons. My wedding anniversary. It's just that we always go back to the restaurant that he proposed in. It's a sort of a tradition.
Ah, well, there it is.
So you don't mind?
Well, I know these things mean a lot to you.
Well, maybe you could take someone else.
I think not.
I was really looking forward to going back to the opera.
Well, it was always a work trip, not a city break. Anything else?
No.
Right. Kelly, it was as I thought. Book the ticket in the name of Shah. Thank you.
I thought I was on the Amy Reynolds case.
I need to reference that case in Stockholm.
Oh, so you want me Shah on it, I see.
Look, I assume you've no problem with the rest of the surgical list for today. As I particularly need a fine consultant for the patent foramen ovale.
Hell no, I've got no problem. As long as he doesn't keel over at the sight of a disgruntled barracuda.
Has Miss Naylor enlightened you?
She has.
It's a curious case, wouldn't you say?
Well, I'm happy for you to observe. You know, sometimes you are just as transparent as Indy. What part of I can't come to Sweden do you not understand?
So you're taking over my case?
If that's okay with you.
Absolutely. Mum talks about you. Says how cool you are. Talks about him too.
Great. Well, we'll just pretend he's not here, shall we? Where is Mum?
Working.
Right, well, do you want to call her so she can hear this?
She's really busy and I am 18.
Okay. We have found a problem with the valves in your heart. They're not working properly, which means that we'll have to operate to repair them.
My heart?
It is serious, but I don't want you to worry. It's a routine operation.
But I don't understand. A heart problem? I'm young. Why would I have that?
We don't know yet, so we're running tests. But what would really help us is if you can think of anything that might be relevant.
What do you mean?
We are trying to establish whether or not you're taking anything.
No, I already said.
What Mr. Hanssen means is there something that you've forgotten to...
Diet pills, laxatives, recreational drugs?
No. I swear I wouldn't touch drugs. I don't even drink.
It's okay. It's okay, Amy. Thank you for your honesty.
I want my mum.
Before you leave. And don't worry, I'm sure it's likely to be natural causes.
We shouldn't rule anything out at this stage, I think.
What exactly are you saying?
Simply that we should wait for the test results before we make assumptions. Rest assured, though, we all want what's best for your daughter.
Thank you. Look, I really must get back to Amy.
Sure.
So, since when does observe translate as muscle in?
You know Miss Reynolds?
Not that well.
Well, then don't let emotion impair your judgment. With a second chance at Foundation Trust status hanging over us like the sword of Damocles, we need to ensure that we are beyond reproach.
Well, you've got it under control.
Where are you going?
I am going to buy my husband an anniversary present. And before you even think about rolling your eyes, let me point out that this is only the third lunch break I've taken since I started this job.
In here, Mr. Douglas, please. Are you familiar with the Amy Reynolds case?
The girl who never grew up? Sure.
I have her tox screen results in.
Why are you showing them to me?
You are now on the case.
But it's Sahira's case.
Not anymore.
Why not?
I have a concern she may lack the necessary distance.
I don't know.
Do you wish to step up or not, Mr. Douglas?
No.
I beg your pardon?
With all due respect, Mr. Hanssen, have you any idea how much that woman has been doing for you recently? Next time, call because you think I'm up to it.
Hello, Amy. I have your test results, and they are indeed clear.
I told you I wasn't taking anything.
You did. So, you will have your operation, and Miss Shah's arranged your referral to an endocrinologist, OK?
How quickly will I be able to go back to college? I've got mocks in January.
Oh, you'll be back at your studies long before then. Astrophysics. Oh, mind if I take a look? Thank you.
It's what I want to be. An astronaut. No one really gets it, though.
Why?
Because it sounds like a kid thing. I'm really getting into control engineering, though. It's crucial for spacecraft design.
They misunderstand you, do they?
I want to go into deep space, look down on the Earth and see it's just a ball. All those people, billions of them, completely invisible. It'd be like...
Having power over them like a god.
No, like they no longer had power over me. Give it back, please. It's not even mine. I got it from the library. Those girls who wrote that, they're like 14. Anyway, I don't really care about school. I'll be at uni soon. And, well, I'll look older then, won't I?
I hope so. Now, look. If there's anything you can tell me, anything at all, it will be very helpful to me to know if there's anything you think is affecting your health.
Sometimes I get stressed about stuff. And I know it's stupid to think I have problems. I mean, when you think about some of the things my mum's clients go through.
She discusses cases with you, does she?
No, of course not. I guess I just pick up on things. But it's just... Sometimes I feel so bad that my stomach feels tight as a drum. And, well, I make myself sick.
How long have you been doing that for?
I don't know, possibly since I was 15.
Do your mother know about any of this?
No. And please, don't tell her. I don't want to worry her.
You have my word.
Hi.
Hello.
Could I have a quick word? I hope you're not offended, but should you be examining my daughter alone?
I'm sorry?
I'd prefer it if another member of staff, a female nurse, or Miss Shah was also present.
But your daughter's 18.
Yes, but she's not like other girls her age. She's more vulnerable. As I say, it's not a big deal, just a request, really. I hope you're not offended.
Oh, no, not at all.
Is there anything I should know?
No, I'm afraid anything the patient tells me in confidence must remain that way.
Yes, of course.
Have I missed anything?
There's been a development in Amy Reynolds' case. She's admitted to being bulimic, which I believe has caused both her lack of development and the strain on her heart.
And she told you that?
At least we know what we're dealing with now. I thought you'd be the right person to bring the mother into the picture, referrals, counselling options and so forth after you operate.
So I haven't been snubbed then?
Ah, the garrulous Mr. Douglas. No, I thought better of it.
Really?
Successful expedition?
Oh, yes, very. I spoke to Rafi while I was out. He's all for the conference, doesn't want to stand in my way, so let's go ahead and book the ticket. Are those Amy's notes? Oh, maybe you can trust me to take care of it from here.
Right, Miss Shah's back now, so I'll leave you in her capable hands.
I'll be quick. Hannah Reynolds.
Becky?
No, the last time I saw her, she was on AAU. I told the sister to keep an eye on her.
Right, I'll leave you to it.
Sorry, could you just pass my water, please?
What's this mark?
Well, it's just where Mum does my vitamin injection.
I see. She injects them, does she?
Yeah, she read an article on it being easier to absorb that way.
I see. How long has she been giving them to you?
Well, it was after my granddad died. I was 12 and I got really bad flu, so I had to miss his funeral. I begged Mum to let me go, but she said I wasn't up to it.
How often does she give them to you?
Only every 3 months.
What did your grandfather die of?
Cancer.
What sort, can you remember?
Well, lots of people use vitamin injections.
But within the broader context of what we know.
What are you accusing Hannah of exactly?
I'm not certain at this stage.
Well, you need to be very certain of your facts before you start making accusations.
Miss Naylor, a second opinion, please.
Go ahead.
You recall Amy Reynolds told us that she's been taking vitamins. It transpires that her mother has been injecting them once every 3 months.
The top screen was clear.
It was, but apparently the injection started at the same time her grandfather died of cancer.
Let me guess. Prostate?
You know the drug?
Yes, right.
It's a pleasant start to the week.
So you agree?
Then mother could screw up her daughter. I find it depressingly realistic. Does Miss Shah agree? Well, she lives in this fragrant bubble, and there you are on the outside with a great big needle. Of course she resists. Whereas you and I have never even seen the inside of the bubble.
Do you think we're alike?
Well, we're detached, rational. We've never allowed ourselves to become distracted by personal ties, so our vision is pure, untainted. Imagine working together. We'd make quite the team.
Which is precisely why we shouldn't. You like staring into the abyss.
What's happening? What's wrong?
Excuse me. Her abdomen's hard.
Why? What's happening?
BP's through the floor. What are you thinking?
Ascites.
Please tell me.
Right, let's get her into the theatre fast.
She has right-sided heart failure. We're going to have to operate on her now.
Will she be okay?
I don't know.
Wait in the relative room. We'll keep you updated. Don't worry. I don't get it. Why would a mother do this to her child? It goes against every woman's instinct. Especially someone like Hannah, whose job it is to empathise. And she's brilliant at it. I've seen her.
She may well be beyond reproach in her professional sphere, but perhaps Hannah has spent so long imagining the world through the eyes of her patients that all she can see now is danger.
What are you saying? It's like Munchausen's by proxy.
A variation, yes. I mean, she said something to me earlier I thought it was a little odd. She said she didn't want me to examine Amy on my own.
That's not unreasonable. She's just being protected. Nerve hook.
But Amy is 18.
Not in Hannah's head.
So, if Amy fails to grow up, she's much less likely to have contact with boys, with sex.
So she thinks she's protecting me.
In a sense, but if taken to extremes, it becomes abuse. You're distressed.
No, I'm fine. Well done. You're the genius. I got too involved. Couldn't see what was right under my nose.
Sahira, you don't think for one moment I just want to be proved right?
I don't know. I don't know half the time. I don't even know what your motives are. Why do you even want me to come to this conference?
I should have thought that was evident.
Do you know what Rafi said when I told him? He said, good job I'm not the jealous type, and he's right. Because most men, most women even, would question your motives.
Well, that's a banal assumption, one I don't even wish to entertain.
So what is it exactly? Because we're not equals, we're not workmates, we're not friends, so what exactly are we?
I'm your director of surgery and you're one of my most promising registrars.
I know one thing. You get more of my time than Rafi does, and that is not right. So, I'm sorry, Henrik, but I won't be coming to this conference with you.
Don't make a choice that could affect the rest of your career based on an emotional whim.
I just need to get home.
Your daughter's operation was successful.
Oh, thank God.
We expect her to make a full recovery. Now, we found a needle mark on Amy's arm.
Yes, vitamin injections.
Are you certain?
Yes, of course.
We just wondered if you were aware of the side effects of a drug called glycerolin.
Serolin. That's the drug my father was on.
Yes. We know.
How do you know?
We suspect that Amy's lack of development could have been caused by glycerolin injections. I mean, if you're telling me that's not possible...
She was in danger.
I only ask because I'm afraid I'm going to have to inform the police.
Please.
I'm sure you'll be able to clear up any confusion.
She was in danger. I preserved her innocence. I stopped it happening to her. So you wouldn't understand. You don't know what goes on. Young women. Raped. Abused. I couldn't let that happen to my child. My little girl.
But that's no guarantee of sanctuary, is it? I mean, sadly, the world is a darker place than either you or I know.
She's never been called a slut, or a slag, or a whore. She's never been pawed or slobbered on or groped.
But her physical health, the damage to her heart.
I didn't know that.
She was being bullied, you know.
So what do you know about family and relationships? As far as I'm aware, you have none. And you certainly don't know what it is to love a child.
The police will be on their way. Sahira. It's a Burgundy, 2004.
It's the year I got married.
Indeed. Go home.
I've still got an hour left on my shift.
Now, Mr. Douglas and I can cope without you.
Night.
Night.
Do you know much about wine, Mr. Douglas?
More of a lager man myself.
Really? You surprise me.